guys, I'm back again with another talk through with Lonyea, and this topic is going to be about my basic training experience and how it went for me at Fort Jackson and kind of what you should expect. Okay, so you have 1 week of reception, you have 10 weeks of basic training, and then you have however long your MOS AIT is, that's how long your AIT will be. My AIT, because I was a 42 Alpha, which is a human resource specialist, it was only 8 weeks. So 8 weeks and 3 days, I believe. So that's how long my AIT was. Now if you choose something like bomb disposal, that's like a 1.5 years long. If you choose something like health or something like that, that'll probably be like 5 months, something like that. So it all depends. Okay, so reception. Reception is the first thing. Right when you get off the plane, you come to this big old base. You're riding on a, you'll be riding on a charter bus, and that will be the last time that you will ride on a charter bus. Let that be known. And they will take you to this place, and you're like, what is this? Because it was really dark when I got there. It might be light when you get there. It all depends on what time your flight is and where you're traveling from. It was dark when I got there, so I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what I was looking at. So we get off of the bus. They tell us to get our stuff and get off the bus. It wasn't nothing like you see in a movie. That comes later. And they line us up, girls and boys, well, males and females. You will learn that it's not girls and boys, it's male and female. And they pretty much take us. They take the females to their barracks, and they take the males to theirs. And then you will get your linen for the day. You will also get briefed on what time to wake up, and you'll get used to hearing briefings because there's not instructions. It's a brief. You get briefed on everything. So they will tell you what time wake up is. They'll tell you what time to go to bed, pretty much, because they're your parents. They tell you what to do. They will give you your linen, and they will show you what wing you're in, because it's different ones. So that was pretty much that. Wake up was at 4:15 every single morning, and when you hear that, you're like, holy cow, I'm not going to be ready for that. Yeah, I wasn't. No matter how much rest I got before that, nothing. It was just so, it's just such it's abrupt. Like, they come over and like intercom and like an announcement, and they're like, alright, time to get up, time to get up, get your teeth, brush your teeth, blah, blah, blah. And it, like, you're sleeping so soundly, and it just, like, cuts in, and it just kind of rips through your ears, like, it's just that loud, and you're like, what the, like, you're just like, man. And then you have to hurry up and scramble to get into the bathroom, because there's so many females, and there's not that many bathrooms, and definitely not a lot of sinks. You'll be waiting for a toilet, and you'll be waiting for a sink, guaranteed. Luckily they had mirrors on the wall where you could do your hair, besides the mirrors that were above the sinks. But it was hectic in the morning. And then we went to breakfast. Breakfast is hectic. Breakfast is crazy. You are pretty much being herded like a cow. Like, they have this tent because at Fort Jackson it's really, really hot, and I went in August. You are pretty much snaked. You're snaked underneath the tent so you can stay cool, and the line moves so slow. Now, when you get into the chow hall, it is silent. You are not allowed to talk at all. If you're talking, that means you're done. That means you get up and you get out. And sometimes they will time you. The drill sergeants that I had, she didn't time us. She pretty much just let us do what we wanted, and she kind of went on and do what she did. She was never there. But if another one heard us talking, he or she would tell us to get up because we're done. Or they would look at our plate and be like, why are you still sitting here? You're done. And you would have to get up and get out, because they are constantly moving people in and out, in and out, in and out, trying to get everybody fed. The food is okay. The food is what you will eat over the length of your whole entire experience at Fort Jackson. It's the same food at basic training, at reception, and at AIT. Same food. And I'm pretty sure it's the same food at every other base. That's pretty much how your first night/day there will be. The first day we went into a big long classroom, and they showed us a slideshow, and we had to fill out a whole bunch of paperwork, get our names, yada yada yada. It was so boring. And then we had to get a bunch of shots. That was the next thing. You get shots, you get dental work, you get health exams, you get everything there. Glasses, everything, and it's all quiet. You have to be quiet, and you have to snake the line, and you have to pretty much stand there and just wait. There's no leaning against the wall. There's no talking, and you pretty much are just standing there, trying not to fall asleep, because the whole experience of reception, the key to reception is to not fall asleep. Because when you fall asleep, you get embarrassed. You will either have to stand up, you either have to sing, you will have to do push-ups, you will have to be in the friendly and rest position, anything to keep you awake, because they don't like it when you sleep, because they can't sleep, so why can you sleep, you know? You're also being issued clothes, and this is a key point. When you go in there to get your boots, the ladies that are in there are rude. They are constantly getting people, civilians, in there, because you're not a soldier yet, you're still a civilian. They will rush you. They will make you try on a boot, squeeze it, ask if you feel alright. If you don't feel alright, they get pissed, automatically are pissed, because that means that they have to do more work than they want to do, because they just want to get you in and get you out. So they're pissed. And if you argue with them, they will tell the drill sergeant so you can get in trouble. Like if you say like, no, I wear this size, or no, this doesn't feel right, or no, that doesn't look right on her, especially when you try and tell them what someone else needs, that's when they get like the most upset, because it's like, don't tell me how to do my job, and it's just like, I'm just trying to help, you know what I mean? So that's that, and you're getting your boots, you're getting your ASUs, you're getting fitted for that, you're getting fitted for your ACUs, and I'm sorry I did not put on my uniform. I'm pretty sure you were expecting a uniform, but I will put on my uniform for my AIT experience, so you can see everything. But you're getting fitted for your ACUs and everything like that. Hats, socks, shoes, gloves, PTs, everything, boots, everything. And the first week, or at the end of your reception, you will have your boots, and you will have your PTs, and you will have your green socks, and that is your uniform. Depending on what season you're in, I was in the summer, to the end of the summer, we wore short sleeve PTs and shorts, and our green socks and our boots, because they want you to work in your boots before you get the basic, because once you get the basic, you're going to be doing so much, and those boots are going to rub against your feet and give you blisters and things like that. Luckily, I didn't get blisters. I don't know why my feet didn't give me blisters, but I did not get blisters. A lot of other people got blisters on their toes, on the back of their heels, on underneath their feet, on the side of the feet, everything, and they were just like dying. So you really want to make sure that you, even when you're in the barracks, walk around in your boots to work them in, because that leather has to soften and kind of like mold to your feet. And when they tell you that, they are telling the truth, because they'll tell you, you need to do this because of this, and you're like, why? You know, I'm going to wear them for the next 10 weeks, so make sure you listen to that. Oh, while you're at reception, you do get to have your cell phone. So if you're wondering, do I get to have my cell phone? Yes, you have your cell phone until you get shipped off to basic training. So shipment day means that you are packing up all of your stuff. You are sitting on your duffel bag in your ACUs, your iPro, because you have to wear your iPro, and you're just pretty much waiting for your drill sergeants to come and pick you up, because the drill sergeants at reception, they aren't really drill sergeants, they're more like mentors, but they've gone through the training, they know everything, they have done it, but they're either they got in trouble, they're not good drill sergeants, something like that. So you're waiting. I remember I was waiting, and I think we were sitting out there for about 5 hours, and we were sitting under the pavilion, so we weren't in the sun. But we were waiting for our first sergeant and our drill sergeants to come pick us up. You get shipped off in buses, and while you're there, you will see other like companies get shipped off, and you will be like, oh my god, what? Like, you'll be so excited for them, but nervous at the same time. They wear their dress uniforms, and they are ready to go. And I saw this big, stocky man, and I'm like, no, like not crying, but like cringing inside, like, oh my god, please don't let this man be my drill sergeant, yada yada. Then I see one with tattoos. He has tattoos everywhere, and I'm like, ooh, I want that to be my drill sergeant, because he looked attractive from a distance. And you know, you shouldn't want someone to be your drill sergeant because they're attractive, but he also didn't look mean. So I'm like, ooh, I want him to be my drill sergeant. And then there was other ones, there was like more Hispanic, Latino ones, and I'm like, no, because they are crazy. So they pick us up, they put us on the bus. The first thing that it was actually my drill sergeant when I got there and found out who my drill sergeants were. Sit down, put your head in the bag, don't look up for anything. If I see you looking up, you get in trouble, blah, blah, blah. So, and that's exactly how he sounds. So, we were just all like, and we put our head in the thing, and we're just like, fuck! Everyone was like, fuck. And we were looking around, and we're trying to see if anyone else is looking up, anything like that, because the reason that they do that is not to scare you. It's so that you don't know where the exits and the entrances are of Fort Jackson, so you can't run away and sneak off. That is why they do it. And so we're riding. It seems like forever, like honestly forever. And we finally get to our company, and it's called a company, and then it's called a battalion, and then it's a brigade. So there's a company like Bravo Company, and then there's a battalion like 161, and then there's a brigade, which is like, I don't even know how to explain that. So my company was Bravo Company at basic. I was Bravo Company, and the big stocky guy that I saw turned out to be my first sergeant. So we get to a stop, and they're like, get off the bus, go, 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 go. And like, all we had is our duffel bag. So we were, you know, kind of just like, kind of like running with the big old thing. And so we're just running and running and running, and finally they stop us, and they're like, sit down, Indian style, don't look around, look straight forward, hold your duffel bag, yada, yada, yada. So we're just like, it started already. And like, they were yelling, and there was a bunch of drill sergeants, more than what we had when they picked us up. I believe we had 4 drill sergeants and my first sergeant. And then when we got there, we had all the other drill sergeants, because each platoon has 3 to 4 drill sergeants. And so that makes, you have 4 platoons, that means that you have either 12 to 16 drill sergeants. Like, you have a lot. So you're like waiting and waiting, because each senior drill sergeant does their briefing. They say the drill sergeant's creed, they tell you what they expect of you, yada, yada, yada. And then they will start to call off your name. After the first sergeant does the first sergeant's creed, and the commander comes out, and they all introduce themselves. So then they start listing off your names, and they will just go and go and go and go and go. And then that's when you figure out what platoon you're in. First platoon, second platoon, third platoon, fourth platoon. Usually they do it alphabetically, and that's how you are kind of put into platoons. Sometimes they don't. Some people ended up in other platoons that shouldn't have, especially if they came late. So you have all your stuff, and they tell you dump everything out. I had my 2 drill sergeants, which was the one with the tattoos, and then the one that had told us to get off of the bus and put our heads in the bag. The other 2 hadn't come yet. So they're like, dump everything out, and then they start asking how much you have of everything. They'll say, lift up your pants, you should have 3 sets of pants. Lift up your jackets, you should have 3 sets of ATU jackets. You should have 1 long sleeve jacket and bottom for your PTs. You should have 2 long sleeve PT shirts, like things like that. And then they ask for the cell phone. They'll say, pull out your cell phone. You have 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute to make a phone call and tell your parents that you've made it here. You won't be talking to them for the next 10 weeks. Boom. Then they take your phone away. So after that, it pretty much just goes like downhill. Like, everything just kind of goes into basic training. And I will do a second video on basic training and what to expect there, because I don't want this video to be too lengthy, because it's already at like 19 minutes, and I don't want it to be too overwhelming or to be too boring. So I'm going to do a second video on my basic training experience and what to expect there and everything like that, how the drill sergeants are, what you should learn, what you should do before you leave, things like that. And I was there for 18 weeks. So quite a long time. So I will do a second video, and I will get that up for you guys soon. So if you're going to basic training at Fort Jackson, please comment down below and let me know if you have any questions, if you're worried about anything, what you should bring, things like that, and I will also list that into my next video. But thank you guys for watching. I really hope you guys have a time at basic, and just let me know how your experience was. Bye!